Welcome to this week's episode of Mental Odyssey. Today, I'm going to give you a little update about my life. I'm going to talk about some of the hobbies that I've been into recently, and I'm going to talk about the best way that you can get informed about when a new episode comes out. So, anyway, let's jump into it. Okay. So it's been a minute since I've posted an episode. I think this is probably how I start every episode at this point, which is why I wanted to come on and talk about it. So if you've been along this journey for a while with me, you will know that my posting schedule is somewhat inconsistent, and that's because this is one of my hobbies. One of my many hobbies, as you will see as we get further into this video. At one point in time, this is where most of my time was going. For a large portion of my life, I haven't connected with the word hobby. I haven't thought that I had one of those. I didn't invest enough time in getting to know myself to know that I had hobbies. And so, yeah, it's fun to be in the place where one of my hobbies has to take a little bit of a backseat to another one. 'Cause there was a point where I didn't think I had a single hobby. So, one of the things that I want to talk about is how I started finding hobbies. It's interesting because I've always been somewhat artistic. When I was younger, I took a lot of art classes, but, or I guess not a lot. I took a couple of art classes when I was younger. I've always been into music as well, so I've taken a lot of music classes. I've learned the violin, the guitar, the flute. And I kind of dabbled in rap music for a minute. I dabbled in making rap music. It was another hobby. Anyway, one of the most notable first experiences that I had was with my friend Bailey. Shout out Bailey. She took me to this little painting place where you just go and pick out a painting and you do it. And so we painted together, and from there, it really unlocked me. Like, from childhood until then, I would, draw every once in a while, but I hadn't really painted until then. And as you guys have seen, all of the paintings on my wall, those are all mine. And so I've been painting a lot more often since then. And that's one of the hobbies that I really enjoy, although I haven't spent a lot of time doing it recently. So since then, I've been painting a lot, and more recently, I started making some blankets with my Nana. There were a couple of new grandbabies coming into the world, and while we were at the History Museum, transferring over our old VHS tapes so that I could put them on the podcast, she was talking about how she'd really like to make baby blankets like she did for us when we were kids. And I'll put up a picture of us holding the new one and the one that my Nana made me 28 years ago now. So that kind of pushed me more. I've been sewing so I took a CTE class back in 7th grade, and I really enjoyed sewing, although the things that we sewed, the things that we made weren't necessarily up my alley. They didn't give me that, motivation to keep going after it. And so when I was living with my dad and my stepmom in between junior high and high school, I would get lost in some sewing projects with my stepmom every once in a while, and I really enjoyed that. I love being able to make something with my hands and like get that, I call it dopamine. You could call it like gratification, like just pride in making something. And so more recently, I did make a robe for my husband not that long ago, and I made some aprons for my best friends and their kids. And um so then I got this idea after I made these blankets with my nan. I really wanted to make a high-low circle skirt that was adjustable because also, if you've been around for a while, you know that I've struggled with an eating disorder in the past. And so I don't want my clothes to be a place where I feel less than. I want them to be adjustable. I want them to fit every day. And so I had this idea of making this adjustable. I love a high-low on me. And every girl knows that pockets are not made for women. They're not made for, like, I guess pockets that are made for women are not meant to hold things. And so I wanted to make these really deep pockets in it. And so, anyway, I went through and I looked up a bunch of videos of how to do it. And I wanted to do it without a pattern, like just from my head. And I had this bag of feet that I got with a sewing machine that I got from my Nana. And so I was calling both her and my stepmom to try and figure out what all these different feet did to see if it would help me with the projects that I wanted to do. And so I wanted to make the skirt and I wanted to make a shirt to go with it. The way that the skirt ended up turning out was better than I could have expected for the first go around. I didn't make a pattern. I didn't make a rough draft of it at all. I just full sent with a material that I haven't sewed with before. And I'm so proud of the way that it turned out. The hem on it was a pain. And so I also wanted to make a skirt for Ashley, for Biba. And so I started making a skirt for her, and based on the experience that I had with making mine, I wanted to make hers to where it was a little easier. And also the fabric I was using is more like a t-shirt fabric, and so I didn't want it to be see-through. So I doubled it up, and it actually made it really easy for the hem. You'll see in the videos that I'm posting that like I attached the two pieces and then I just kind of turned them inside out and then used that as the hem. And oh, it was so much easier. And so then I was like, okay, well, now that I've done that, I can absolutely make a reversible skirt because that's basically what I did, but I did it with the same fabric. So, and I didn't make the waistband to where it would be able to be turned inside out. So it was like adding an extra level of challenge to it. So I decided to make my niece a reversible skirt, and it turned out so cute. I did not get any footage of the making process, but it was so fun to do, and seeing her reaction at the end was awesome. I thought that I made it the right size. All of the skirts that I've made so far have been too big. Like, way too big. But it's okay. We're learning. We're learning. And I was able to make some last minute little alterations to make it work out. So that was fun. I also made a shirt to go with my skirt, and I did not like the way that it turned out. I couldn't get the fabric to get a good buttonhole, and the way that the top bodice piece was fitting just was not it for me. So I went back to the tried and true halter top. I know that I like those. I know I like the fit. So I made one of those, and I really like the way that that turned out. And then that combined with the skirt that I made me want to make a reversible halter top that is adjustable with corsets. And so I made that. And beyond that, Tom and I recently have gotten into acro yoga. We go to one of our local gyms, and they have this really cool volunteer program. So I volunteer on Mondays, and we go to the gym every Wednesday to learn acro yoga. And that has been so fun. It's such a fun activity doing that hobby with my husband. And um, like it is a workout, but it doesn't feel like it for not even 1 minute while we're there. Maybe warming up. Maybe warming up, it feels like a workout, but all the rest of it is just like body chess, basically, where you're just trying to get into different cool positions and whatnot. I'll see if maybe I can record some cool footage and throw it in here. If not, we took some pictures while we were down visiting St. George last time, so I could put those in. And I've been kite flying a lot. It's been pretty windy. And so I've just been out flying my kite. And jewelry. I've been making jewelry too. Ugh. I've been diving into all of these different hobbies, and I am loving my time. It's been so fun just getting lost in crafts and making things that I can wear and that other people can wear and enjoy. And I don't know, one of the reasons that I felt like I needed to make this episode is because I wanted to talk about how hard I am on myself. Like, because I haven't been posting podcast episodes, I have this expectation that I'm going to post every Saturday. And then Saturday comes and I beat myself up because I didn't do it. And like Friday comes and I'm like, oh my God, you don't have anything to post. And I beat myself up. And it's so not kind. And I want to call myself out and also back up. Like, I've just been doing other hobbies. Like, I'm enjoying my time. I'm enjoying my life. I'm connecting with my husband. I'm, in this life. And I want to stop beating myself up for that, for channeling my time and energy into other things as well. I also had 2 different episodes that I recorded, and I'm just not quite ready to post them. I read through my journal pages with Biba, and I was talking about junior high with her as well. And neither of them are just hitting home for me right now to where I feel like I want to put them out there. So I'm still working on the get to know me season, but this is what a lot of my life today looks like, is spending time going out, going hiking, going and spending time with my niece and my best friend. And me and my husband have been doing quite a bit of traveling recently, along with the different hobbies that we have going on. And work's been really, I made a slideshow for our 100-year celebration, 100 years of being in business. And so, yeah, I've just been channeling my creativity into other places, and I don't regret it, and I want to be kinder to myself. And I also wanted to put this out here because I know I'm not the only person that has these negative thoughts about themselves. I know all of the people that I have close to me struggle with that mindset as well. And I just want to remind you to give yourself some grace and back off, my friend. Be kind to them, because we're here for a good time, not a long time, okay? We got to stop and smell the roses and make a skirt and do some acro, learn something new, and, go and live, because that's what this is about. So, anyway, you're doing amazing. We're doing amazing. Life is good, and when it's not, you can take a break and take a breather and get your footing back and get back out there. Life is to be lived. The journey is the destination. Remember that. The journey is the destination. I'm saying this because I have to remind myself a lot that the journey is the destination. the whole experience of going through it is inherently part of the process. So anyway, the last thing that I wanted to talk about was the best way that you guys can know if I've uploaded a new episode. Since I'm not going to be consistent, I know you aren't holding me to being consistent. I'm not holding me to be consistent. This is a hobby, and I would love for you guys to keep tuning in. The best way to know when I've posted something is to subscribe and like get the little notification alerts. Because again, I can't be predictable right now. My life is demanding more of me than that. And again, I'd love to keep having you here along the road. I post to both Spotify and YouTube. And so if you use either of those, you can go and subscribe on there. You can also follow my Facebook page. I'll do better about posting when I have a new episode out. And so you can get notified all of those different ways. Or if you're in my personal life, I'll just let you know. I'll let you know when a new episode's coming out. So anyway, thank you guys for being along for this ride. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being your awesome self. Ugh. I love it here, and I love what I'm doing with my life, and I hope you guys are doing well. I hope life is treating you well, and I hope I catch you on the next one. Till next time. Mental Odyssey is a Dream and Do podcast, produced and edited by yours truly. The music is owned by Chill Hop, and this song is Velocities by Sleepy Fish. Go check them out. Thanks for being here.